Hey, let's talk about how to pick the right media buying strategy for you. Let's be real. Buying media in gaming is so difficult. It's complex. You're probably making 3 obvious mistakes that our clients have made before. We have fixed those, and now we have launched multiple plans again and again. Our customers are happy. So I'm going to walk you a couple of simple steps to look at, is this media plan right for you? Have you picked the right media placements? Are they aligned with your metrics or not? So let's be real. These are the 3 typical problems that we see. Number 1 is gaming is overwhelming already. You can buy gaming media ads everywhere, either display, either Twitch, Fortnite, Roblox, media, mobile, video, like you name it, there's tons of placements, and everyone's a little bit different. And you, as a media buyer or strategist, you think, how can I reach my audience most effective way? And if you don't pick the right media placements, you effectively disrupt your outcome KPIs. And if you don't achieve your campaign KPIs, there's a high risk that you will not achieve a successful campaign for this one, and you will not get repeated order for the next one. And it's very wrong for you as a media buyer and wrong for everyone. Because if you spent media in gaming and it doesn't work for you, you will blame gaming is not working, and it's not what I want to do. I'm going to show you a quick, simple plan how we are doing that at Monetizer. I'm CEO at Monetizer, Andres, by the way. Why I'm experienced to talk about this? Because over the last 15 years, I worked with brands globally and launched media strategies from Europe to US. And Omnicom was a fantastic experience for me. But then I moved and founded the company called Monetizer. This is where we have launched and fixed these issues for our clients. And for the past 6 months, we've launched over 50 brands globally that are using this black belt system. And we help them to overachieve the benchmarks that we have set up for the campaigns. So let's deep dive into this strategy and let's learn. So step number 1, let's look about reach and engagement quadrants. So let's look into details. So let's look at reach and engagement quadrants, because it's the best and easiest way how to identify and pick where is your media buying intended to be. So let's assume this is reach. From low reach to high reach, reach as many people as possible, reaches low, small amount of people as possible, and engagement with very shallow and very interactive and deep engagement on this side. So this is the reach and engagement quadrant. Now, how to prioritize media buying for the highest value. The obvious thing where you don't want to be is this quadrant over here, right? Like, it's obviously low reach and low engagement. You don't want to be here. But maybe there's some placements that you might want to pick, but how it looks in overall picture. This quadrant over here, it's much more obvious that you would want to pick that because it's of high awareness, good viewability opportunities over here, but at the same time, there's very small impression amount or total time spent with the brand. On this side, reach, although is very, very small, but you get very deep interactions with the consumers. And this is the gold quadrant with the mass audience reach, mass scalability, the mass, the highest consumer time and engagement with your brand. This will be the sweet spot where you want to land, right? This is how to look at reach and engagement quadrant. Now, let's look into deep dive into these quadrants. What does it actually mean for you as a media buyer? What are pros and cons for each of them? Okay, now you know how to look at this, but there are a couple of KPIs that you want to optimize campaign against, right? One is viewability, CPMs, or maybe time spent with the brand. So there's various formats and placements how to look into that. So if you're planning holistically, you need to look at each quadrant separately. So now let's dig deeper. Again, we have reach and engagement. So what do we have here? Let's start with the bucket over here, bucket number 1. There will be 2, 3, 4. So small reach, low engagement. What you will have here is probably niche titles, might be display video, although display offers somewhere here maybe the higher reach possibilities. But if you pick display within niche titles, this will be definitely one. Might be interstitial formats for niche, hand-picked titles. Probably these will be passive placements where consumers will not interact. Passive in terms of you pick the titles that would only fit your brand agenda. Maybe hardcore games. Maybe nuanced strategic placement. Think of some of the Fortnite placements. Yes, there's a relatively high audience reach in one media, but effectively, if we think about global gaming reach, it's not significant enough. So these are more niche or niche groups as per se as we think here. So now let's go further. What we do have here, we have high awareness, right? That's why this bucket is beneficial here. High awareness placements. Obviously, what we think of, these are video titles that will allow a lot of casual game selections. The more casual it gets, the broader the audience reach. The more segmented, the more narrow audience reach will be. What you will not have here is the engagement with the consumer. So if your metrics are time spent with the brand, you will not achieve it here. This quadrant will be best if you want to optimize towards CPMs and general viewability and driving a brand awareness. So this quadrant is about that. So now let's look into this. So this one has small reach, right? Like reach is significantly lower, but what you get as a bonus is deep engagement. What we expect with the deep engagement, can consumers actually do something with your brand? These will be niche titles, of course, but then think of the placements as sponsorships, where brand is a part of the experience, where probably might be mini games, sponsored quests, curated communities, some selection of subset of games that are deeply connected with your audience. So what's the difference between these ones? While these are niche audiences and display titles with very, very low engagement, these are small niche placements but very, very high deep engagement. Think a bit maybe of some small communities or chat groups, very small ones, but consumer interaction is very high, on a very high end over here. So that's what we get with the reach and with very high engagement and both low engagement, low reach on this side. And this one is the sweet spot, right? So obviously we want to spend the most time in this one. This is the golden section, golden quadrant of media buying. So what do we think of this? So this will be high quality video, but in order to video to have from not only the high reach, but they have the highest engagement, what you need is rewarded experiences or rewarded video. Rewarded, what it does, it gets this video format from here to here, where consumers opt in and they participate through all interaction, and this impacts the video completion rates. While here you have the just median viewability or interaction with the consumer, because it's rewarded, it's opted in, and that's what you want as a brand for your media strategy, to get the placements as much as possible with the highest consumer interaction. This will be probably a mix of niche titles and casual titles. Mix because you want to curate a subset of these niche audiences, but at the same time you want to mix that with the casual ones so that you maximize the audience reach. So this one is curated and whatnot. So now we have highlighted some ins and outs of each quadrants, so pros and cons as you see. So now, what about your media buying? Is it good? Is it not good? How effective it is? So let's look at that. We don't want to talk about good strategy or bad strategy. This is more about like curated media placements. And if you map it out on this line, all the media placements that you have made for your campaign, you have to identify where do you sit. So obviously, this one, if your placement somewhere over here and here, there you're more in like kind of this bucket over here. You don't want to. Don't want to be in this line because of smaller audience reach. Probably maximize your spending here. The budgets will be drew out, and you will not optimize towards the KPIs over here. So if somebody is suggesting specific placements, run from them, right? You want to diversify. So in order how to diversify is to pick the titles that are on a high awareness, on a very, very high consumer reach and engagement, and probably have a mix of high consumer engagement. So this is how to look at from holistic perspective, how to identify where your placements are, either on a red line or green line, and how it looks from general perspective. So we have identified this. Why this works? We work with tons of CPG clients, and they came to us with a simple question like, is this media good or is this game bad? How it fits. So basically picking the titles to fit the brand narrative. The challenge with that is, again, you land in this niche segment category, probably targeting by titles, not by audience reach. And then you end up in this low bucket that you don't want to be in. And if you mix that with the high media placements with the display video, you'll get additionally low engagement. And as a result of that, your campaign metrics will suck. And that's not the best distribution of the budget for your campaign outcomes. And what our customers like Procter & Gamble or PepsiCo, who we have launched campaigns with, the simple tricks is look at reach and engagement and then curate the placements that would fit the high awareness bucket, reach as many videos as possible for the best price possible, so be in that bucket, and then get rewarded inventory with very high consumer engagement, opt-in rates, maximize that with mix of casual and curated media, and probably have some deep engagement with niche and sponsorship type of placements, maybe mini games or interactions where you can maximize the time with the consumer. By doing these small action steps, you can map it out, and this is how our customers have overachieved their set benchmarks and everything what we see in the gaming category in general. So what we did today, I talked about a couple of placements, how to look at the media buying strategy and how to get the winning one for you for the media buying. Now, as you see, we do a lot of work here. At Monetizer, you can learn more what we do and then maybe book a call just to learn how we work with our clients. Maybe you want to look at your media strategy and have our perspective on how to evaluate it. And if you want to do that or see what our customers are doing, go to monetizer.com/blackbelt, and we can teach you how our customers moved from tactical media placements to overachieving every time their campaign metrics. But that's a shameless plug over here. At Monetizer, we're very passionate about gaming, so that this gaming as a media channel grows and thrives, and we can help you with this video and others. One small thing before you go, if you think of the media placements, it looks good strategy on paper, but what if you don't have unlimited budget, right? So we are thinking about this line over here. What if you don't have unlimited budget, right? If this is a holistic strategy, you can't place multiple placements around this line. So I'm happy to talk about how we pick game formats based on the outcomes and based on costs. We're going to look at VCRs, CTRs, CPMs, time spent with the brand, viewability, measurement. So this line over here raises a great question. What if you don't have unlimited budget? So I'm happy to share in other videos how to address this question. Again, thanks so much. If you want to learn more about what we do, go to monetize.com/blackbelt and sign up. If not, go to other videos. We want to provide value so that this gaming community can thrive and gaming can become a part of your media mix. And effectively, because people spend millions of minutes in game, almost part of their lives, right? So it's significant. So let's make sure you're ahead of the curve. Thanks so much. See ya.